Hey guys, it's Sebastian back with another video for you today. I've got two friends here with me.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Angelos.
They were both at ScentFest SF this past weekend, and we are doing a recap of the show, I think, today, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So, since we're sitting together and you guys attended ScentFest, tell us how your experience was. We'll start with you, Sarah.
Okay. It was amazing. I loved it. It was super fun to meet so many people who were local, but also people traveled from all over the country and all over the world. Also, I was really excited about the actual location. I'm familiar with San Francisco, so I was really excited about it being at Fort Mason. It's actually on a pier, so it's on the water. And you can even say you can see the Golden Gate Bridge, and you can see Alcatraz, and you can see across the bay. It's such a gorgeous building. It's a historical location. So yeah, I was really excited about it.
What did you think about the weather?
I mean, it's windy, but it's like, I know San Francisco. It's I think some people coming from Europe might have expected summer, and
Summer
that's
in California is what they expect, right?
Yeah.
And they came from 40 degrees Celsius to
Yeah.
What did we have, like 18?
Yeah, I think even when it,
15.
even when it says it's like 26 in San Francisco, it's like it's 26 for 2 hours in an area that's not windy. So it's never like really hot weather in San Francisco.
So you exhibited at our show with a 10 by 10 booth.
Yes.
You had a pretty nice view from the entrance.
Yeah,
How was that experience for you?
Oh, super.
Because it was you that said early on that you would be the first exhibitor registrant.
Yes.
Let me step back a little bit. So I wanted to give you guys a bit of a detail. Probably should have started with me talking about it. But last June, I attended a show in LA called Scent Fair. And I felt a little underwhelmed from it. And I had heard talk about somebody doing a show on the West Coast. It never really came into fruition, never happened. So when I attended Scent Fair in LA, and then also finding out that the WPC was supposedly coming to Northern California.
World Perfumery Congress, which is an international industry perfumers event.
Yeah. That was being held in Monterey. I thought, you know what? Let's do a show in San Francisco. I mean, there's going to be people from the industry here, or not here, but nearby, and maybe we can finally do a show here. So when Sarah was visiting last June after Scent Fair in LA, I said, Sarah, I'm thinking about doing a show in San Francisco, a fragrance fair, like maybe Paris Perfume Week or Excellence. And you right away said, I'll be the first to register and exhibit. So how did it feel were you nervous about being the first to register to exhibit?
No, I mean, honestly, when you said that, I was like, sign me up. I mean, I knew, like, obviously, I'm going to participate in this. For one, my mom lives in Marin. It's a no-brainer for me. Even though I'm based in London, I come to California often. So for me, it was like getting my products here, getting here, and all of those things. I knew that it wouldn't be complicated. But so I can understand for some brands it might have been a little bit more complicated, so maybe they didn't sign up right away because of that. But also because I trust you and I know you, and well, we're friends, and I want to support you as a friend, but also just like, you're the perfume guy. I mean, you're Sebastian. Like, I knew that you were going to be able to pull off something really good. I had no idea it was going to be this good, because it was amazing.
Thank you. So, Angelos, tell us about your experience.
I mean, we shouldn't have the lady do all the time. So, I mean, I can double and triple what Sarah said. I mean, first of all, I'm starting backwards from what you said about the area, because for me, it was my first time in San Francisco and the West Coast in general. So initially, I arrived like a couple of days before I loved the place. I fell in love. And I mean, the venue, I will start with the venue, the views that Sarah mentioned, that you could see like actually Alcatraz in front of you, and like the Golden Gate Bridge there. I was like, wow, I should get back to my booth now because I spent a lot of time like sightseeing. But jokes apart, I mean, first of all, I mean, with Sebastian, I mean, you all know already, I mean, we're very good friends since ages. So yes, initially when he told me that he was thinking about making something here, I was like all in. Yes, of course, yeah, a no-brainer. To be honest, I agree with Sarah. I believe that it's gonna be awesome, but I mean, any expectations I had, that was like 100 times more. I mean, it was like the best. Like seriously, I mean, I've been attending shows as a participant, as a visitor, as an exhibitor for like many years, like more than a decade. That was like wow. Like seriously, I strongly believe that everyone who missed that, I mean, they might have heard from their friends how good it was. So next year, I guess all of you should, like, as soon as it's announced, you should try to get your 3 days, or I don't know, maybe 4 days next year pass, because yeah, it was cool. I mean,
Wait a minute, 4 days?
Wait,
We're doing
I
a
don't know.
4-day show?
I don't know. I'm just giving ideas here. Come on. Yeah, I mean, for me it was a little bit mixed. I didn't have like a specific booth. I had like two booths, so I had
Yeah,
to go.
tell us about your experience.
Yeah,
You were part of Lucky Scent's exhibit of
Exactly.
brands because you sell your fragrances at Lucky Scent.
Yes,
So they brought
exclusively
your
in the States, yeah.
fragrances. Plus, we were launching our fragrance collaboration together. It's called Soma Panorama, which there's a bottle of it here. So we set up a counter
Yes.
near everybody else to sell this fragrance, which we still have some bottles. We weren't, unfortunately, I was so busy, I wasn't able to dedicate a lot of time into doing this. But lucky for you guys, if you're in the market, we have some bottles left that we can sell if you have heard about it, or if you're curious about my latest fragrance collaboration, After 54 from Juicebox, we have some. So you were going back and forth.
Yes, it was
between
like
Lucky Scent.
a lot of steps, which was cool. My cardiologist will be very happy about this as well. No, I mean, the installation in Lucky Scent was amazing. I mean, it was super fun because it was the first time I had the chance to meet the guys in person as well. I mean, Franco, one of the owners, I had the chance to meet him in the past, but I mean, working in the same area and exhibiting, and it was super cool. So it was so fun for me to have like my booth with, we had some of my best sellers from Lucky Scent and Sembar. And at the same time, yes, I was saying, come by to the other booth and let me introduce you to the exclusive for the exhibition, and later on, like more available, let's say, Perfume, the collaboration I have with Sebastian. It was super cool. I mean, it sounds like I would be extremely tired, but at the same time, I was enjoying so much. So I didn't understand. I only understood when I got back at the hotel room and I just crashed.
Yeah.
So I was having the time of my life. I mean, maybe also the installation where we were, there was like plenty of air circulation, so it was super cool because some days it was warmer, some days it was more chill. But in general, I was seeing happy faces. I wasn't seeing people like, in the exhibitions, usually there are a lot of people complaining about things. So the vast majority was like super happy. I mean, I was talking to a nice gentleman besides me. I can't remember the name of the brand. He was in the Soma Panorama booth. From Miti Parfum, yes.
Was right next to us.
So lovely guys, and they were like, as every time I was turning my hand, they were just smiling and very happy and like talking to genuine people. And I mean, I have to like emphasize that 99.99% of the people that I talked to, and we talked about my brand, about the collaboration Perfume, they were like genuine perfume lovers. Not we just found an empty door, we paid tickets, yeah. So
that's what I was really, really amazed at, how the people, like all the brands, were impressed by the community that came to ScentFest SF and how into fragrances they were, and they were knowledgeable. They were also curious to learn more about them, and then also were buying fragrances. Is that what your experience was?
Yeah, we sold a lot. So, we doubled the price of the booth. So financially, it was worth it.
Okay.
Yep, and because it was only 3 days, so that was really good. Also, another thing that happened was a lot of people were coming up to me personally and saying, "Hey, I recognize you from Sebastian Yara's videos," because they're fans of yours, and so they've seen all of your videos. And, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I just listened to Sebastian Yara on loop, like while I'm doing other things. Like they almost use it as a podcast as well.
It's Jara, by the way.
Oh, I keep on hearing people saying Jara, and I'm like, they're saying it wrong. Okay, well, it's Sebastian Jara. So thank you for letting me know that.
No worries.
So yeah, and then also I think so people they recognized me from that, so that was really a fun experience too. And then also we were taking votes, so we have a new fragrance coming out, and internally we couldn't decide which mod. We have 3 mods, and so before Essence, which was just actually 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before ScentFest SF, was a big industry trade fair in Milan called Essence, and we exhibited there. Which these trade fairs take a lot of work. Like they're really actually quite a feat to deliver your products and to prepare your stands and to do all these things. So to have them 2 back to back was actually quite incredible. I'm beyond exhausted, but it was worth it. But so anyway, before Essence, we had these 3 mods of our new fragrance from Margot Lupe-Grand, and she delivered 3 really lovely mods, and internally we couldn't decide which one to choose. So we decided, I said, you know what, let's take the vote to the public. We're about to do Essence. Let's actually see if we can get people to vote. So we had three mods, and we gave people a token, and they can smell the mods and then put the token in the little like voting box that we created, and 1 vote per person. And so we had this going for 4 days at Essence, and we got about 260 votes.
Okay.
And we had it for 3 days. Then 2 weeks later, we had the same exact voting booth, same mods, for 3 days at ScentFest SF. And we had over 300 votes. So that just
So you got more at our show.
We got even more votes at ScentFest SF in less days. So that was actually really surprising, because we didn't expect that. I thought, I was glad I brought enough tokens. But yeah, it was it was amazing. And so we had about I think it was 558 votes altogether. So that's quite a good cross section of the people who voted for their favorite fragrance. And I have counted the votes.
Okay. Can we smell these?
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are works in progress. This is part of your vanilla trilogy with Margot Lepoy-Garin.
Yep.
And she's already done Velvet Vendetta, Vava Vanilla, and now we have 3 more mods to go through.
So yes.
Sorry for interrupting. That was what I was saying about like really genuine perfume lovers visiting the show, because as Sarah said, in 3 days she got more votes because whoever was visiting was really into perfume.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people, and in fact, at Essence, we even had like a little greet drinks event promoted. We were really we're pushing people to vote at Essence. But at ScentFest, we didn't even need to do that. People were just like, oh, what's this? And they were so curious. And so they were really engaging. So basically, this is the 3rd in the trilogy. And how it kind of works, just the short version is that Velvet Vendetta took place in the past. Vava Vanilla is like more contemporary, and then this next fragrance is like the future. So that's how we've designed this trilogy. So the question is, which one does the future smell like to you? So that was number 1. This is number 2.
Thank you.
I think the 3rd in the trilogy is probably going to be your most popular.
You think so? Well, we'll see. But I can tell you, so this is number 3.
I still go for no. I already voted. It's number 2.
So for you, it's number 2. And you?
For me, next sunset was number 1 because this time I didn't have the chance the time, sorry, to try it again.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, not that I don't like 3, but I believe I'm in between 1 and 2. Let me check again. No, I still go with the number 1. I don't know. Even though it's a little bit more gourmand and it's not like, let's say, my favorite type of perfumes, but I really love how it's executed.
Number 1 as opposed
Yes.
to as opposed to number 2.
And as a style, a type of perfume, like the more gourmand, like because the tonka bean or the coumarin is like more prominent, but it's very well executed. So I always like upload things that are very well executed, and I think number 1 is my favorite, but 2 is really close.
1 and 2 are similar, closer. I
Yeah.
feel like number 2 is a stronger version of number 1. 3 is totally different.
Yeah, totally.
And we're talking about the mods here, not the trilogy.
That's right.
Yeah.
The mods for the future.
Yes.
And so I can reveal to you which one won. I'm happy to share that with you now. I'm going to do a little video myself for my channel as well, but it was number 2.
Oh.
So yeah, we got it.
I
It
picked
actually
the right
was. It actually was far and away the winner. Number 1 and number 3 practically tied.
Wow.
So yeah, it was. I was actually surprised about that, and I think that part of it for me was like, well, I think number 1 has some kind of heavier molecules that some people are slightly anosmic to, so it kind of had this, I can't really smell this one effect on people.
Oh.
Number 3, for me, I actually didn't like number 3 as well. I'm getting aldehydes. Like it has aldehydes in it, and I don't think it's like C9, but it definitely is an aldehyde that I once became very familiar with many years ago. And it's that thing, when you know how scent memory works, when you smell something and then it just like brings you back to that time. Like it is so prominent for me that it actually is, it brings me back to the time when I was first exploring aldehydes, when I was first learning about perfume. So I wasn't really crazy about that one as much. My favorite was number 2.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased because number 2, it really won. It won by about 50% more votes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like far and away the winner in both places, in Milan and San Francisco.
Okay.
But it was a really fun thing to do. I mean, it was like, and we decided, like, we were thinking, well, we could also just, decide internally, or maybe we could get her to make more modifications. And I just thought, actually, it's the people's choice. Like, let's actually count the votes and let's like have the winner be the winner, because that's cool in terms of voting. So yeah, so it's the people's choice.
Right. So tell me a little bit about the layout of the venue and the booths and the brands.
Yeah.
The way I want to tell everybody is the way we did the layout is the main hall is where we had the sponsors and also the first exhibitors that were the larger booths. Mm-hmm. So how did you see that?
I thought it was really beautiful. Like you walk in, Osmotech was right in the beginning. So that room was incredible. That was amazing. And it was like so educational to be able to smell some of the original formulas of classic fragrances that we all know. Some of them are still in production, like Chanel No. 5. And it was really great to smell it, how it originally was formulated, because it changes over time. And so that was really cool to have that here. And that was like right in the beginning. Xerjoff had a really beautiful photo booth. Ronell, the artist who designed the poster for the Xerjoff booth and who designed the book cover, and he was doing live paintings of perfume bottles. And he was selling cards of like his San Francisco. He does this beautiful typography layout, and he's just a gorgeous person and a gorgeous artist. And he was right at the beginning. So I loved that. It was really fun to like engage in the visuals. As a visual artist, I was really responding very well to that. And I got him to do one of our fragrances, of course, very affordable. I mean, a hand-painted perfume bottle of your bottle on the spot. It would take him about 20 minutes to do it. I think he was charging like $50 or $60 or something like that. Like amazing.
Awesome.
So that was really, really cool. It was a really cool, engaging connection. And also he's a local San Francisco artist. So that was beautiful. Loved that. And then, yeah, walking in, you had Quintessence, and they had all these, like, I mean, the brands that they have are beautiful, gorgeous brands, Jovoy, Lucky Scent, ZGO. So it was really nice to be surrounded by, you know, really big retail players in the American industry.
We had KLE as well.
Oh,
Huge.
how could I forget KLE? Because that, I mean, her beautiful installation, that was just so gorgeous. And then she turned up on Saturday, and there was the roped off area where you had to queue up to get your photo taken with her. That was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it was the other brands, like, you know, Sarah Baker next to Thomas Monaco, and Free Yourself, and Elysian, and then all of, like, these other brands that were really nearby. There was, you know, a lot of other retailers like the Murray Fragrance Vault. So a lot of local retailers were exhibiting. That was so nice.
ZGO was there. We had Granado Brazil, Pesad, Chris Collins, Le Persona.
Yes, Chris Collins had, like, he had quite a few cues as well to get your bottle signed by. I know that he was saying that he sold very well. So, and also it was so nice to connect with him. So that was the first time we got a chance to really, we had, you know, a few days to catch each other at quiet moments and really connect. And that was so great. The stores, there's two major stores in the Bay Area. There's Ministry of Scent, well, in San Francisco, there's Ministry of Scent and ZGO. And both of those stores had events all weekend, like a lot of events.
There were a lot of perfume events at the stores. Yeah. So, yeah. The cool thing is hearing from all the brands how much perfume they sold, the retailers and the brands. Like, one brand told me they sold 100 fragrances in one day, and I was shocked how many. That's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Who does that?
Yeah, that was incredible. For us, we sold a lot of our 15 mils, which is a lower price point, so much more accessible, especially for people who don't know our brand. And a lot of people don't know our brand. You know, they're being introduced to us for the very first time, but then they might fall in love with something they're not really quite sure. So it's nice to be able to have, like, the 15 mils for these shows. And that was one of the reasons why we did it, was actually for these shows. And then another thing that I learned in my experience from Scent Explorer, from doing that one in December, was that we ran out of samples. We ran out of samples at Scent Explorer. We didn't bring enough free samples. So what I did this time was I had a surplus of samples, and we were actually just freely giving them away. We gave away about 1,000 samples.
So the thing, I want to pass on the microphone to Angelos and then talk to him about the layout. But the thing that we did with our show, and we heard a lot of complaints from other shows, is some people that got bags from other shows, they were complaining the fact that some bags had different samples and some had bigger samples. So it was kind of upsetting. What we decided to do with our show was to put the perfume notes book that we had designed by Sarah Colton in the bag. We had a magazine in there, and we had a pen and a couple of stickers and things like that, and ads. So basically, if you attend next year, you get your tote bag with something similar in there, and then you go to the brands and you ask for samples if they have it, or you buy a fragrance that you fell in love with. That's kind of seems like people liked it. I didn't get any complaints about it.
No.
Yeah, well, you never know what is going on TikTok right now. But I think that I didn't hear any complaints about it. I think it's a good solution, and the brands can be responsible for seeding their samples onto the fragrance lovers themselves, and it actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, we started asking the brands, can they supply 3,000 samples of the same thing in one tote bag? A lot of times, we don't have enough of that one, we don't have enough of that one, so yeah.
It's really hard, and I think audiences maybe don't appreciate behind the scenes, because also what happens is those goodie bags aren't assembled until the day before the show. So your team is unboxing all of these boxes, and they're like, oh no, we thought we had 3,000 of these, but we only have 1,500 because there's some shipments that were or whatever happens. And so the goodie bags are not all created equal, because simply it's just almost nearly impossible to do it. So it actually makes more sense than for if you're approaching a booth, if you're attracted to it, or if you've heard of it, to like approach the booth. And I recommend to the other brands, from my experience, I just think it's a really good idea to just have a lot of samples, because you know, it's expensive, but build it into the budget of doing these shows. That's what I say.
Yeah, and we're used to doing mystery boxes, so we know sometimes samples don't appear. I mean, they show up. Sometimes there's like damaged, missing.
Problems with shipments and
Yeah, you're aware too.
Yeah.
So tell me about the layout as
the
well.
layout. So initially, when I saw, first of all, Ronel Amazing, the artist who was doing on spot all these like paintings, and they had the posters signed by him and Sebastian. So cool as a person, but as an artist, I was like blown away. He's like, especially this like bespoke, bring your perfume out. Wow, I mean,
So cool.
yeah, I mean, he's a local here in San Francisco,
Yeah,
right?
he's
I mean,
local.
so in case you never heard about Ronel, you should definitely check a little bit.
Hear about him.
Yeah. So the layout, initially when I saw, because for me it was like a last minute because I had some issues back home, so I was like also a lot of workload because I released like I had like pre-sale events before, like a month before the show, so it was like running all the time like crazy, fulfilling stuff. So I wasn't aware about the plan, and when I entered the day before the first day of the show, so the setup day, and I saw Osmotech, one of the first like booths, like spaces, I said, oh my god, the expectations are really high here because people are gonna smell things from initially from Osmotech, and then what should I do? But apparently it worked because the brand curation was really well, like the setup was really nice because people were like, oh my god, we smelled something in Osmotech and now we smell something that we like as well, and it might remind us because, for example, it has a narcisse note that reminds us of your perfume, and I was like, oh my god, that's the best compliment. Yeah, thank you. So yes, initially I was like a little bit afraid, but it worked really well. I mean, obviously the Kayali setup was like, I don't even want to ask how much that cost them. So yeah, it was really well done, of course, and Sergov, and also yes, I mean, when you enter the big room, because you had like something like a little bit narrower,
It's
like
a corridor.
yeah. And then you had the more open space. You had Jovoy, of course, like in front of you. On the right, you had this distributor who has like brands like Dusita and Atelier des Ors, like really good, cool
Quintessence,
brands. Quintessence, yeah. And yeah, I mean, after that there was that the scent bar, Lucky Scent booth, and you had on the right Sarah Baker with Thomas de Monaco.
Oh, and also like the blendography and hunk in the corner. I'm saying blendography wrong, I think.
Blendergraphy?
Blendergraphy. I mean, gorgeous fragrances. Yeah. Really, really beautiful fragrances.
They are
right there.
Fragrances made by your vanilla team.
Yes, I know. Yeah, the Flair team. Yes, but there were so many. Yeah, I mean, and then Chris Collins on that side, Granada.
Yeah.
But then, like, we aren't even like a third of the way through the building.
Yeah. So after that, and I mean, usually in exhibitions, sometimes when you have a booth like at the end, especially in Exans, I mean, this year I've heard some people who were like at the end of the show. They didn't have too many like visitors because maybe, of course, Exans is like a huge, like it was a huge like venue. But this time, I think the last booths in the last rooms, they had even more visitors than ours. It was crazy.
It was like zoologists.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Imaginary authors. Prin.
Yeah, Prin. I mean, yeah.
People were like beelining straight.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, yes, there was like a huge line to get in
those rooms were packed.
Yeah,
I couldn't get in and smell anything.
The brands of the Korean brands, it was with Prin Lombros and with Victor from Zoologist, and it was crazy. I mean, I wanted to. I mean, because I mean, both of them are really nice people and friends since ages.
Yeah,
and I'm a big fan as a perfumer. I'm a big fan of Prin Lombros. I believe he's one of the most talented. So I just wanted to try because, you know, Prin has like 300 references and now he had even more new stuff. Yeah. So I'm always...
he's got like 5 brands?
Yeah.
How many brands?
Now
he's
five.
Got five brands.
Yeah. And the new one is with the more like
D'autroy.
weird cups. It's so cool. So
Is it
cool.
the weird, more experimental fragrances? as well?
That's what he said, but for me, I mean, I'm a little bit biased because I love what he does in general. So yeah, there is a couple. I mean, there is a green one with galbanum, which I really adore, and I'm just waiting patiently when he's gonna launch it. So I'm gonna buy a bottle.
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to go see those guys.
I
I
mean,
was so
yeah.
rammed.
How
it was
could
so
you?
busy.
It was so packed
It
in
was
there.
so packed in there, but I was also so busy at my booth. Oh, and then Nishane had a cool installation in the back.
Yes, I mean, they
actually.
had Alexandre and Julian. So they did something amazing with these like love letters. Like sometimes some people are so creative, I just upload them, and I was like,
Alexander's
I
very
would never,
creative.
I would never be able to think something if you gave me like 10
Was that
years.
Alexander's
Yeah.
Yeah, he came
Yeah.
up with that.
installation?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it was like handwritten love letters from after the World War II, I guess. So yeah, super cool. And they had the Thorns Become Roses, which is the latest one with the perfumery Julian. And Alexandre always is like super creative to make all the like story and the installation. I mean, it's just so cool, so cool. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm yeah at the back of the venue. I think it was the very end room. It was for the talks, right?
Did
for
you,
the
you didn't go?
no, because I was like
The program was so good.
Speedy Gonzalez, like Coyote. I was like running.
Yeah, we had scent sessions presented by Amouage, and we had 6 one day, the first day, 6 on the second day, and then 5 on the last day. Different talks.
The
And,
program
yeah.
was so good. I went only to my own because I was on one of the panels, and that was it. I really wanted to try to make it to some of the other talks because there were some seriously amazing. I mean, Kayali was on one. Renaud was on one.
Yeah, those were like so packed.
So
the
packed.
lines were going so way into the back.
And
so.
Saskia Wilson Brown was on one. Francois from Jovoy, Claude, Antonia. Like there were just so many amazing speakers organized by Yosh, who is she just did a super job organizing. Julian Raskinay was on a talk. So like really star-studded talks.
Yeah, we had a great collection of panels. A few of them were done by Sarah Colton.
Yep.
And the rest of them were Yosh. I helped her a little bit, but the majority of them were done by her. So, yeah, we had over 4,000 attendees registered. And I set out to do the show, and I was going to be happy with 2,000. We doubled it, and I can't believe that we got double the amount of attendees.
I want to rewind as well because you had mentioned that we met in June and you were like, I think I'm going to do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll be the first to sign up. And then it was January. So like 6 months later, we met again in San Francisco.
We hadn't kicked it off yet.
And Sebastian was like, yeah, we're still like, we're really not, do you think we should do it? I was just like, what? Like, get moving. Like, why not? Why haven't you done anything yet? Like, and I just think it took a little while for it to get from conception to actualization and to like just get going. I mean, you really actually did this in more like 4 months, it seems like.
It was launched on March 8th, and as of the shooting of this video, it's July 1st. Yeah. So the show was on the 26th, so we did it in less than 4 months. The thing is, I was traveling up until November of last year. But, started talking about it in June. In September, visiting Petit Fragranza and TFWA. I was asking all the brands. They were all into it. And the venue, we were looking at another venue, which is awesome because thankfully we got the Fort Mason. Otherwise, Kayali and Granado, Brazil would not have been able to come because the other venue was on the top floor and the elevator was so small. So thankfully, we were able to get them Fort Mason. We signed on in January, and then found the production company in January. And then finally, the furniture company and the ticketing and registrations company came on board in February. So by the time we launched this thing on March 8th, it was just less than 4 months to go. So
I think the venue is really important because there are other, like having lived in San Francisco, I went to art school in San Francisco. So I lived here for 4 years, and I know that there are other convention centers. There's the Moscone Center, for instance, which is in Yerba Buena, right near Yerba Buena. Is that right? probably a technically better convention center. However,
This is so rustic and cool.
it's just so cool. So it'd be hard to not continue to use Fort Mason. So I was like seriously so genuinely excited when it was going to be.
So no one books Fort Mason for next year.
Don't tell anybody.
It was awful that the venue was not good.
It
For any
was the
production
coolest
company, no,
venue.
no.
And on Sunday there was a farmer's market. So and actually when we were pulling up, we were like, oh shit, it's gonna be. And actually it was so cool
Because
that there
we
was a
had nice
farmer's
lunch,
market
right?
because then there was like the nice coffee, nice food, like right up at the doorstep. There's a beautiful restaurant, a historic San Francisco vegetarian restaurant called Greens. And I mean, it's a classic, like it's a landmark of San Francisco. I think it's been there for like 70 years or something like that. And it's a really important restaurant. So it's I had a meeting there. It's a great place to meet people. I know Sarah Colton told me that she had a Negroni or two there. But there's also other restaurants and cafes right along there too.
Yeah.
And then it's right next to the marina. I mean, it's so picturesque. I mean, it is absolutely, you keep walking, you hit Chrissy Fields, then there's the Presidio
On the other
and the
side,
Golden
Fisherman's
Gate
Wharf.
Bridge, right? Fisherman, and then the other side is Fisherman's Wharf, and then North Beach. I mean, it's all kind of like right there. It is in my opinion, it is the best of San Francisco. Is like it's basically right there.
Yeah, and imagine that this is coming from Sarah. Sarah she's very familiar with.
I was born in San Francisco.
Yeah, but imagine that and there are many people like me, not first time in San Francisco, first time in West Coast in general. So imagine that it's your first time in San Francisco. You've seen from movies like several landmarks, etc., and all of a sudden you have them like in front of you when you go outside just to chill a little bit, to breathe some fresh air, etc., and you see all this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. But also I wanted to, I remember because I didn't have the chance to come to San Francisco and meet him in person in between the shows. So I remember it was like during Christmas, a little bit after Christmas, he was very stressed. And we usually like talk on the phone quite often. And I was like, dude, do what your heart tells you to do. I mean, forget about what's happening in the world, or because, every time, if something bad is happening in the world, it affects also your mood, how it's gonna work if you trying to do something new and you endeavor, like, because you invest money and time. So I told him, yeah, do what your heart tells you to do, and thankfully he did that. So yeah, thank you.
I'm glad people said let's just do this, because there were a few times I was like ready to pull the plug, even after we secured the venue and the furniture company and everything, because it was very stressful. It got very, very stressful. I didn't usually share it on public, but I'm doing it now. But I'm glad we continued with it, and the results have been just amazing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like you're gonna have your next challenge is you're gonna have maybe too many people wanting to exhibit next year. You're gonna have to. There was also, by the way, an upstairs that wasn't used. So there's definitely potential for expansion. There's also another even larger building next door at Fort Mason. So it's possible that the challenge next year is going to be that there's going to be a lot of brands wanting to exhibit, because I think if there was any hesitation this year or some brands didn't do it, I'm pretty sure they're going to be wanting to do it next year.
Especially when the feedback is starting to arrive.
Yeah, the feedback's been very positive, and I think the reason some brands didn't participate this year is because Exhibitors normally happens in February, March, April. Decided to do in June this year, which was like 2.5 weeks after before our show. And
definitely was a challenge for a brand that did both
shows.
It was a huge challenge, yeah. But we made it through.
Yeah.
And I had a small break with art and olfaction as well, so it was like.
Oh yeah, in Greece. So it was, of course.
It was Chris's show in.
The Chris's show in Barcelona.
Then next week it was Exans. Next week it was art and olfaction.
Yep,
then
that's right. It's been pretty back to back. Yeah. Can we have a little break?
So let's talk a little bit about our collaboration with Angelos Creations Olfactives. So,
can I have a couple of these?
Yeah, take it.
We started working on this fragrance, which is now titled Soma Panorama. Just before I started working on Juice Boxes 54, but we had some complications with the compound, and getting it to the place where we wanted to get the fragrance. And it became a coincidence, and we've now launched it at ScentFest SF, because basically it's a collaboration and inspiration of our two cities. I'm in San Francisco, Angelos is in Thessaloniki, and we are known as sister cities. I just showed him the big sign.
saw the sign. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
post
So,
it.
yeah,
So
so
cool.
sister cities, meaning we share, politics and geographical.
Yeah, and to be honest, yes, some places were very familiar to me, although it was my first time. For example, the pier that it was these like warehouses that we have some very similar ones in Thessaloniki in our old port,
Yeah.
and they use it like for. We have a very famous cinema festival. It always takes place in November, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So it reminded me of these art installations, like in these old like port warehouses, which was super cool.
Yeah, we're both coastal cities.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on the water. And
Yeah.
because of this relationship and connection, I didn't even know, but we found out a while ago. And
Yeah,
then I said,
apparently for friends, apart from friends, we have like
yeah, and I'm like,
other common
you
stuff.
know what? We got to do a fragrance. We got
Yeah.
to inspire the two cities. So basically, the fragrance starts off with a green cannabis accord. We've got the San Francisco fog in there. We have citruses like grapefruit and petitgrain. So it's a green citrusy start. Eventually develops into a very floral heart. And I told them I wanted to feature pittosporum as a note because I smell them every once in a while. And it smells so intoxicating, but we have a really, really amazing heart full of flowers. There's also a lot of jasmine everywhere. Like I took you to this beautiful place yesterday. The jasmine flowers were
hidden
blooming.
gem, like
Yeah, and so we have a lot of jasmine. We have the pittosporum, orange blossom, lily of the valley, heart, with some light spices, and it eventually develops into slightly gourmand, creamy base of caramelized cashews. We've got the Greek custard in there. We've got woods and woods and musks in there.
Yeah.
And that's basically the collaboration.
No, I mean also because it's in case you're familiar with my technique, like how I compose like a formula. So I also always try to make it a little bit complex, but at the same time not different to smell. I mean, I just want like multifaceted and multi-layered like a structure. So that's why with this perfume, we had some people, if you remember, visiting our booth when we had the time to both be there, that were like the first day they smelled it, they were like, oh my God, I get this more like nutty cashews thing in the opening. And the second day, which was warmer, they got more of the citrusy thing. So
I was getting grapefruit, and I never got grapefruit
Yeah.
before.
it's definitely
It was
grapefruit.
crazy.
Also, it was like super nice because always when you compose a perfume, sometimes the combination of molecules might lead to something different that you are not familiar or did not intend to include as a note. So many people were saying they were smelling rice,
We got rice,
which
a lot.
was like super cool for me because I realized later on that yes, a specific combination which were not intended in our like brief, let's say, that we both created, indeed can be used as a rice accord. But it's so cool because yeah.
You discovered something new.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the point that's what I love when I usually don't like to disclose notes, so I want to hear people's reactions and feedbacks and maybe memories, and sometimes the big stuff that I never thought about, and then I say, okay, this molecule with this molecule and the other one might get a rice accord, but. With regards to pittosporum, we call it Angelikula in Greek. I have a big shrub outside of my building. I think you saw that when when you visited, but it was not blooming at that period. So it's so freaking fragrant.
Yeah.
So freaking fragrant. I mean, it's like a combination of the most indolic jasmine, but also jasmine grandiflorum with sambac and also a little bit of orange flower. That's why I used these two jasmine absolutes and also orange flower absolutes, so I can recreate pittosporum because pittosporum doesn't exude any oil so it has to be an accord.
It's an accord, yeah.
So this is very common. I mean, we kind of love our cannabis in Thessaloniki as well, but not as you guys here. I mean, you love it a lot here, so cannabis had to be there. And also the fog Accord, the San Francisco, it was after like
You saw the fog.
no, I mean, but when
Borrow the fog.
when I created, I mean, it was according to your description because obviously I
You've never
haven't
been here
yeah,
before.
but as a coastal city as well, I could see that, and I implemented that little bit foggy and also salty accord. So I mean, it's complex. So yeah, I mean,
Very complex.
people when they visited our booth and they tried it, I mean, I'm very happy because almost all of the times they had a very nice reaction. But the good thing is that most of them wanted to wear it on skin, and then they said, "Okay, I want to buy a bottle."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because it is so complex.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy. I mean, it's
We are very happy with this, and this is the start of a trilogy. I believe our number 2 will launch next year's ScentFest SF, and so this is the start. We only have a few bottles left. Once we run out, this won't be for sale any further until the autumn, right?
yeah. I mean, end of October. I hope. I mean, because it's always very busy with exhibitions as well. It's like the PT, it's TFWA, it's not Shanghai. It's it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, I mean, we will push it as much as we can so we can have it ready.
Yeah. Also, the price is going to be slightly higher.
Yes.
Because it's going to be exclusively selling at Lucky Scent. And so right now it's $180 plus tax and shipping, of course, for the 30 ml bottle. But once it hits Lucky Scent, it'll be $200. It's an extrait of Parfum.
Yes,
and
25%.
25%
So
oil.
I mean, the price increase has to do also because these 100 bottles I made it in my lab now because I desperately I desperately wanted to. So the compound I used, we worked with Carbonell. We collaborated with Carbonell so I can have it very quickly. And I took the compound, so I did the whole like factory procedure myself with the filtering, with the maceration, maturation, bottling, etc. So that's why.
But that's how you work, right?
Yes, that's how I work with my brand because I do like smaller batches. So 100 bottle was like okay for me to do in between the whole chaos, but it was okay. But now, of course, we will have a bigger production, so factory has to be involved, and of course, it increases our price as well. So that's the only way. I mean, it doesn't have, because sometimes price increase or whatever might trigger like, oh my God, reformulation or whatever, but no. It's
same formula.
It's the same formula. Everything is the same, but it's
house.
gonna be like produced by a factory and not myself because I cannot do too many
there's going to be a
bottles
mass
at once.
quantity of them. Half of the quantity will come to the USA. Again, Lucky Scent exclusive, and that's in the autumn, late autumn, early winter, most likely. And then I think we will have a European retailer, most likely, as we've spoken to them. And then I think you'll also sell in the Middle East.
Yes, so like almost worldwide. I mean, we have many retailers,
So you'll be able to buy the fragrance later in the year.
Yeah.
But for now, we have some bottles. If you're ready, buy it. I have it linked
Do
in the
it.
info box.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get one. Please.
So let's see. What else do we mention about ScentFest? Are you both coming next year?
yes.
Yes.
Don't forget us, please.
No, I won't forget you.
Absolutely.
Because it's gonna be like a chaos in the registration form. Like I wanna participate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, San Francisco is such an important, actually, part of the brand. That's actually why our caps are the color that they are.
It is the Golden Gate Bridge, huh?
It is inspired by the Golden Gate
And
Bridge.
our theme is Golden Gate Bridge.
I know. Trust me, all of this is
It
just like
connects.
coming together for me. But yeah, for me,
But
I mean,
now-
that is why, because for me, the Golden Gate Bridge, I mean, I was born in San Francisco, but I grew up in Buffalo, which is a snowy place on the other side of the country that it's a rugged city to grow up in. And I always kind of wondered why my parent, I was like a child, like always dreaming of San Francisco, because to me it represented like joy and happiness, and like, I don't know, just hearing their stories about San Francisco in the 70s, like a really kind of an amazing creative literary place where they were doing poetry readings, and they both worked at the Exploratorium. So I just like the museum, which is like a hands-on science museum that is a very historical landmark here in San Francisco. So I was always, really excited about the idea of San Francisco growing up. And the Golden Gate Bridge, I had a little like tin of a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge with like a rainbow on it, like when I was a child. And I just, like the Golden Gate Bridge to me just represented everything good. So when I was deciding on the new packaging a few years ago, and the color of the cap, I mean, we don't do other colors. Like to me, it is this color because to me it represents those things, that feeling of joyfulness and optimism, and that's the Golden Gate Bridge to me.
I did not know that. I think you might have told me. I had forgotten. So
yeah,
thank you so much for reminding me.
The way your latest packaging is so cool.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
What I love the most, apart from the fact that you're opening it like
the perforated strip. Okay.
I love the
thank you.
The foam, the moule that it holds. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like we decided not to cover it for a couple of reasons. But first of all, because we just didn't want to make more waste by like covering it with velvet or fabric. The foam, it had to be foam. We actually tried to use a paper insert by not having any foam, but the cylindrical bottle doesn't stay. So it was like we had to use foam. But then we found this foam, which is eco foam, and I'm not gatekeeping this at all. It is called eco foam. It's R-Plank, and it's like made from recycled foam. So I think more brands should use it. Because it's actually a little bit better for the environment to use this foam because it's made from foam.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Any last things you want to say?
Any other things? Yes, I want to ask because this is a question so now we know that you are Sebastian Jara, not Yara. Your name is sometimes it's Angelos and sometimes it's Angelos.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes, it's very funny. Actually, it's Angelos. It's double G.
Okay.
But I realized when I issued my first passport that they wrote A-N-G, Angelos, like an angel. And I was like, maybe you made a mistake here or something, like it's Angelos. And they said no, because it's very difficult for not native Greek speakers to pronounce Angelos, the double G.
Angelos.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. So it's better
It becomes a yeah.
Yeah. So that's the case. That's why, I mean, sometimes, for example, there is a city in in the middle of like Greece, central Greece, let's say, called Larissa. So if you see the signs, it's LARISSA, because otherwise it would be Larissa.
Okay.
So it's these things that we try to figure out because Greek are sometimes a little bit tricky to pronounce. So yes, it's Angelos. Balamis, it's my last name. So imagine if I kept my mother's maiden name, it's like Triandafilidou. So
Wow.
it would gonna be like
Wow.
Elo. So I would have been like, as my late grandfather, Triandafilidis. So there are some very complicated. So my last name Balamis is so cool, like so easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, if I have to say something just to conclude that, I mean, thank you for doing that. Seriously.
Thank you for coming.
And I think
showing your
that
support.
many people are thankful for that, because it combined like a super awesome city at the same time. Nice time of the year, everyone is like, and it's really unfortunate and sad because some people have really bad issues with the weather in EU specifically. So here it was like chill and like super cool, and like the whole installation, the warehouses, everything. I mean, I know how hard it is to do something from scratch, okay, and with no experience. You haven't organized any expo in the past. So, and super, as we said, last minute, because you were stressful and having even second thoughts like 4 months ago or 5 months ago.
Yeah, I literally was.
So, yeah, I mean, thank you and congratulations. That's, I mean, seriously. I mean,
thank you.
Just brag about that. Seriously.
Yeah, I think
you have to.
Nothing, I mean, for me, it was so spectacular. It was actually like so incredibly amazing. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And I was super proud to be to be there with my International Orange booth right in the beginning. Thank you so much for the placement, and I'm glad that I was able to be like, yes, do it.
Yes, do it.
Because it is clear that you were going to be able to pull something off that was amazing. But to be honest, it was like way beyond expectation. Wouldn't you agree? Like, I think everybody's expectation.
I mean, we are biased. We know him since ages. We are friends. We all, even if it it wasn't that good, we would say, okay, it was good. But trust me, I mean, I was like, oh my God, like.
There's almost no snagging, honestly. Like,
yes, seriously. I mean,
it's just like amazing.
Some things, obviously, here and there, it was like, I mean, next year they have more time, more experience, and they will cover everything, single thing, like slight things that might be
Improve it even better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there will be more brands. There will be a lot more brands next year. So that's going to be the challenge.
When they hear about the feedback, I'm pretty sure they're already saving money. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like there will be. I think probably the upstairs will have to open up. I think. Yeah. But the upstairs looks beautiful because it's like 2 balconies overlooking. So it's not like it's actually a very open.
It is very open.
Space.
It's beautiful. It's also all white, so everything stands out.
Yeah.
The lighting is really nice.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the square meters or feet. So how should I call it now? Because it's the metric system, etc. Like the whole warehouse was kinda equivalent the space like PT maybe. Just to give a picture of to your viewers,
Maybe
a little bit.
PT is pretty small.
Maybe a little bit bigger.
It's an old train station, right? Yeah. So it's kind of, sort of, maybe.
Kinda,
I think PT is maybe slightly bigger.
I think so, but it was just to give a picture. How was it like? Because many of your viewers obviously have visited.
I think PT is probably the same size as the festival pavilion, which is next door.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's all open. No upstairs.
But there was also, I love the, we said we'll conclude, but we point out other things that we loved. I love that there was like a lot of space between the brands. There were a lot of brands, but there was in the main room a lot of space between the brands.
Fire marshal.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like that. Like where I exhibited at Essence, we had 3 walls. So we're kind of like, we can't see our neighbors, actually. Yeah. In some ways, that's good, because then we have the branding, and then people visit, and it's like our world. But I ended up liking this better, actually, just having the back wall, and the rest of it is open.
Very airy, right?
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure, because I'm used to that essence of like that three-walled showcase stage almost. But here, there were people able to come at the sides, and also we could talk to our neighbors a lot more, and it just felt better. So they weren't all like lined up like sardines. Like there was more kind of movement throughout the space. So it wasn't, in essence, it's like A, B, C, D, E. Literally, I was in row O, and it just kind of kept going to maybe like
also,
double letters.
This thing that you had like a space, even in the smaller rooms, we had it a lot of space, because I've been to exhibitions that we didn't have space. The good thing with having space and being able to see your neighbor as well.
Yeah.
Another big thing is that, for example, you might have an awesome brand besides you, but they might have like super strong perfumes. And if you have more lighter perfumes,
you're going to be like
covered.
Yeah.
So this is mostly about the brand owners or the perfumers, but it also affects the visitors, the wearers as well, because you might have like a citrus perfume that they love to smell, and your brand besides you, which has amazing perfumes, it might be a super strong like sandalwood and like saffron and oud and floral, and they cannot smell your perfume. Mm-hmm. So this thing, having space, is super nice.
Yeah.
Super nice.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you
so
much.
Sebastian.
You're welcome. I just want to say thank you to everyone that attended the show. Also want to thank our exhibitors, our sponsors, partners, everyone who was volunteers and associates who helped out with the show. So without you, we couldn't have done the show. So I am gratefully thankful to all of you. And again, thank you so much. You too. I'm glad we did this video. Stay tuned for year number 2. and we will announce that very soon. Definitely happening in the month of June, and we are determining which dates it will be, so stay tuned for that. But thanks so much for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Like the video and share it, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Ciao.
So I think Sarah had a few more little additions, which I think
Can't stop
Angelos
thinking.
has a few more
We have
additions
more
as
things
well.
to say. So one of the things that I wanted to say was mostly to talk to the international brands and to just encourage you to consider signing up to do this show, because obviously it's the American market, which is amazing, but it was so much kind of in a way more international than I expected it to be. We did meet business partners there as well, so it was a great opportunity to meet like real customers who knew of our brand, but there are so many Americans who aren't aware of our brand as well. That was amazing, but also it has an international feel to it, though it's a lot farther away from Europe and Asia. I met people from all over the world, and I did make business connections, and it's so great to be able to have a chance to meet the other brands and to share with the other brands. So I have to highly recommend participation in this show.
One sec. I wanted to make sure that if we did this show, I wanted it to be international, because it is, even though it's taking place in the USA, I think there's a lot of international brands that some of our attendees have never experienced before. So I wanted brands from China, I wanted brands from Thailand, I wanted brands from Korea, and of course France and Italy, and UK for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
And
did have
Maya NG. Yeah.
Maya for
that
sure.
was
Yes.
really cool
Yeah.
that Maya was here as well.
Yeah.
And then
No, for me, I mean, as a creator and brand owner, it was my first time. The first time I was able to experience meet either already B2C, let's say, customers, patrons of my website or from Lucky Scent. And I was literally very happy, because the only chance I had, it was via Instagram or email, which is totally fine, but it's totally different when you do the one-on-one and they share the love for your perfumes. They want to smell more. They want to hear from you what inspired you to do that, or why did you use these notes, or I mean, it was super cool. It was, I mean, for me, it was really cool. And people that I knew like from social media since ages, and also I met them for the first time now, because they don't have the chance to travel to Europe often. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend, because I know also I come from Greece. My brand is like based in Greece, but in general EU and UK, because there is a lot of like genuinely like genuine perfume lovers in the States. It will be amazing for you, apart from the business opportunities for B2B. It will be great for you to join, because you're gonna meet your customers, which is like prices, right? I mean,
Totally.
I mean, also, we set out to do a B2C show this year,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did see a lot of business people come
Yeah.
to attend the show,
Yeah.
and a lot of the brands sign deals with retailers and potentially even distributors. So that's that's only going to increase in the future.
Yeah.
Once people realize what a success we had with the show.
There weren't just American distributors there. I mean, there were international business people there for sure. And this was just the first year.
The first year, yes.
That's what we are
So,
saying.
it's a B2C show.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it wasn't
bringing all
just
these
that either.
visitors, bringing all these brands, doing such awesome talks as well, because it's first editions. I remember in other shows they don't have like so
talks.
Yeah.
The talk program
Or it's like
was outstanding.
one very like popular, let's say, brand or creative director or perfumer, and then it's mostly like experimental talking, which is not bad at all, but you had like too many like very well-known people talking. So
And also people like customers are now so much more aware about perfume and the ingredients and the stories, and they want something authentic, they want something real. And that's part of the reason that they're coming here is to meet the brands. Like these days there's so many gazillion brands popping up, and some of them aren't really very authentic, right? They're not they're not coming from an artistic.
To be honest, lately I'm being a little bit exposing a little bit too much, but maybe people like me for that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's back in the day, every story was like supposedly a true story. Now, lately, it's like made up stories. I mean, yeah, so it's not cool.
So
It's not.
they're aware of, the customer is aware of that.
Yeah,
So they need to meet people like us.
Yes.
Yes. That was it.
That was it. Bye.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Bye.